Do you drink, by the way?
Megan Dash Keister. Yeah.
Megan Dash Keister.
No, I don't. It's funny that you're like that was that letter about AA because I just started going back to it because it's the only fucking thing that works. I did the whole thing where it's like, I'm smarter than this. No, you're not, you dipshit.
Right.
Can you tell us? So can you answer that person's question?
I was going to say the person that has somebody said something good at a meeting the other day. And like, yeah, I get it. Who wants to go to a meeting? But sometimes they're fun. This was at one where I show up and it was like, have you ever been to a meeting where it's like everyone's a fucking child? It felt like an episode of Euphoria. It was crazy, dude. It was like all these like gender queer fucking like you know what I mean, like crazy hair, crazy dress. I feel like 8 million years old, but whatever. But one dude was like, yeah, if you're like new and you feel weird about the whole God thing, just all you need to know is that you aren't God.
Right.
That's it. That's basically what the whole God thing is. It's just
that's
like,
a good
stop
one.
acting like you're fucking, all you need to know is that there's something in the universe other than you selfish piece of shit.
You can fill that in on your own, the selfish piece of shit part.
Yeah.
That's
me adding a little zhuzh to it. Yeah.
That's not, I happen to be reading the big book of AA right now, just because I got so curious about it. If I'm going to talk about even going to Al-Anon meetings, which we get our information from AA, and God, maybe I shouldn't have brought it up. It is boring.
It's so boring.
It was written in 1939.
And it was written in 1939. And it has that language. And it's, of course, it's pretty sexist written. Like the male is the alcoholic. And yes, they talk about, there's a whole segment to the wife, but the stuff that you find, what they did.
Segment.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Because your wife is reacting to you, but they just started acknowledging, they're like, women can have this alcoholic issue too. That's happening in our world now as well. And so it's so old timey that it's hard, but the information that they bring into meetings is a little bit more either updated or succinct enough, like where they take that piece and is like, this is the message. That other stuff is like,
yeah, it's like a framework basically.
Yeah.
And everything's been modernized, especially, if you like go to meetings where there's people who are like you there, it's like, I like the meetings where like everybody's like, I can still be a scumbag and not drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I can still steal from Target and not drink. You know what I mean? It's fine, dude.
It wasn't about that. Right. Megan was blacked out drunk, invited somebody to move into her place.
This is true. Yeah.
Person moves in, she doesn't remember any of this. But she can't admit that she didn't remember. So now that person's in the fucking house. That's amazing. I picture like a guy would kiss you and then you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, no, you kissed me last week, remember? Like, did you ever question like how many times was I blacked out? That I never blacked out, and I think that was honestly part of my problem. There wasn't.
How was that part of your problem that you?
There wasn't enough to scare me. I was a fun drunk. And I remembered everything.
Right. Towards the end of like the severe, when I was like so fucking wasted, it was giving me like psychosis basically. Yeah, I would like black out every night. And it's like, how do you apologize for something you can't remember? You know what I mean? I was like, oh wow, I've completely lacked agency.
You keep hanging out with me, so you must like it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I always like I held it pretty well. Do you know what I mean? Like people wouldn't be able to tell. I would still be able to like speak cogently.
That's so funny because everyone always thought I was drunk or high, and I'm like, should I start doing this?
Kenda's a party. Like she'll be in the car, she'll drive to a place, just looks regular, let's say. Then as soon as she gets out of the car, she's ready for fun, and she's like, it's not as annoying, like, yay, shots. Because she doesn't drink, but it's just like, we're dancing, we're having fun, now it's party time. So yeah, everybody assumed she drank. and then party's over, she's back in the car, and now we drive again. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
I'm very appropriate.
Yeah, you're very appropriate.
It's a great way to save money.
Right.
Just fake it.
That's true until you pick up a weed habit, and then you're like, fuck, what's my budget?